If I'm showing a house to a buyer, and I'm representing the buyer, and the house is listed for 1.5, and I think that the house is really worth 1.2, I am going to tell the buyer that I think it's overpriced. And I typically run comps for my buyers so that they get to see other sales in the neighborhood and they can evaluate also themselves rather than just listening to what I have to say. But I am going to try to get the lowest price for the particular buyer because I'm looking out for that buyer's interests and I want them to get the best price they can possibly get. When people say that an agent, because of the commission, is not going to want to help their buyer to get a good deal, I can't even believe people say that. To me, it's just so crazy. It's crazy because that's just not the motivation. I mean, the motivation is to get a great property for the buyer so the buyer can be happy. You want to make sure it's going to close escrow. You want to make sure it's going to appraise. I mean, if you're selling somebody something overpriced, it might not even appraise. You might not be able to get the loan on the property. And I want my clients to be happy. I want them to say 2 years later, oh, I want to use Charlotte because she did a good job for me. And 20 years later, I want to use Charlotte because she did a good job for me. So I've just never even met an agent in my life, honestly, who ever had that mindset. And yet regular people think, oh no, the agents, they just want to make money and they're going to want me to pay top dollar even if it's not worth that. And that's just not what happens. It's just not realistic.
Boom.